Welcome to Map Your Mind. Travel through the world with your brain. The United States, a vast and dynamic nation stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific, is a land of immense diversity, breathtaking landscapes, and a history that has shaped the modern world. From towering mountains to expansive plains, from bustling cities to quiet small towns. This is a country built on the dreams, struggles, and resilience of its people. Long before European settlers arrived, the land we now call the United States was home to countless indigenous nations. From the sophisticated civilizations of the Mississippian mound builders to the nomadic tribes of the Great Plains, these communities developed complex societies, intricate trade networks, and rich cultural traditions. They thrived in forest, deserts, river valleys, and coastal regions, leaving behind legacies in art, agriculture, and oral storytelling that continue to echo through history. The 15th and 16th centuries brought European explorers, drawn by the promise of wealth, land, and adventure. Spanish conquistadors moved through the Southwest and Florida, leaving a mark on architecture, language, and religion. The French established fur trading networks in the Mississippi River Valley and the Great Lakes, while the English settled the Atlantic coast, founding colonies that would become the seeds of a new nation. Colonial life was a mixture of opportunity and hardship. Settlers cultivated the land, built towns, and traded with indigenous nations, yet conflicts, disease, and differing worldviews often led to tensions. Each colony developed its own identity, influenced by geography, economics, and culture, while still being tied to distant European powers. By the 18th century, the desire for self-determination and freedom began to grow. Taxation without representation, trade restrictions, and political disputes with Britain fueled unrest. Voices like Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and George Washington articulated a vision of liberty, justice, and governance by the people, planting the seeds for revolution. In 1776, the American colonies declared independence, embarking on a grueling war to secure freedom. The Revolutionary War tested the endurance, strategy, and unity of a fledgling nation, culminating in victory and the birth of the United States. The Constitution and Bill of Rights laid the foundation for a democratic society, creating a framework that would guide the country through centuries of challenge and change. The 19th century was an era of expansion, innovation, and conflict. The concept of manifest destiny drove settlers westward, encountering indigenous nations and forging new states from the wilderness. The Industrial Revolution transformed the economy, introducing factories, railroads, and urban centers that reshaped daily life. Yet this progress was shadowed by deep divisions over slavery, culminating in the Civil War, a brutal conflict that defined the nation's character and tested its ideals of freedom and equality. The post-Civil War era brought Reconstruction, westward settlement, and the growth of cities. Immigration surged, bringing diverse cultures, languages, and traditions that enriched American society, while also creating challenges of integration and identity. The United States became a global industrial power, producing innovations in science, technology, and infrastructure. The 20th century propelled the nation onto the world stage. World Wars I demonstrated America's military strength, industrial capacity, and leadership in shaping global affairs. The Great Depression tested the nation's resilience, while the New Deal laid foundations for social safety nets and economic recovery. The Civil Rights Movement challenged systemic inequality, inspiring generations to fight for justice, equality, and inclusion. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw technological leaps, globalization, and cultural evolution. The United States became a hub for innovation in computing, entertainment, space exploration, and the internet. Pop culture, music, and cinema shaped global perceptions, while the nation grappled with social, economic, and environmental challenges. Geographically, the United States is breathtaking in its diversity. The Rockies and Sierra Nevada stretch skyward in the west, while the Great Plains offer vast expanses of fertile land. The Mississippi River and Great Lakes form lifelines for commerce and settlement. The deserts of the Southwest, the wetlands of the Southeast, and the tundra of Alaska showcase the incredible ecological variety that defines the nation. Culturally, the United States is a mosaic of traditions, languages, and identities. Native heritage blends with influences from Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America, creating a society rich in art, music, cuisine, and customs. From jazz in New Orleans to Silicon Valley's technological hub, from Broadway stages to small-town festivals, America's creativity and energy are constantly evolving. Fun fact, the United States is home to over 400 national parks, including iconic landscapes like Yellowstone, the Grand Canyon, and Yosemite, preserving the country's natural beauty and history for future generations. Today, the United States continues to navigate complex challenges: political polarization, climate change, and social inequalities while maintaining its role as a global leader in culture, science, and diplomacy. Its story is one of resilience, innovation, and the ongoing pursuit of the ideals that gave birth to a nation. From indigenous civilizations to a modern superpower, the United States is a land where history, ambition, and diversity collide in an ever-evolving narrative of human experience. Every city, river, mountain, and community tells a story of struggle, triumph, and the endless potential of its people. Where will your mind travel next?